Okay, well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the first of our new monthly webinar series. We're happy you are joining us today, and we're excited to introduce you to the Tesseract product line that features a novel transport technology unlike any other. Before we get started, I have a couple of notices. We'll be recording today's webinar, which you'll have access to if you'd like a copy. We will email you with a link when the recording is ready. You can also receive a copy of the PowerPoint presentation. Both of those will be open to you guys. I will put everyone on mute if you're not already during the talk to eliminate any background noise from occurring, and then we can open it up for questions at the end. If you have a question that you think of during the talk, you can always type it into the comments box and we will address them at the end. This will help us move through the webinar a little more smoothly, but we absolutely want you to ask questions, so please don't be shy. All right, so let's get started. I'm very pleased to introduce our speaker today, Dr. Margaret Furtado. Dr. Furtado is both an MD and a master's level registered dietitian nutritionist, having practiced at Tufts, Mass General, and Johns Hopkins University as a clinical nutritionist. She has worked in both inpatient and outpatient clinical nutrition support, renal nutrition, and obesity medicine. Among Dr. Furtado's many accomplishments are the authoring of her peer-reviewed journal articles and books on bariatric surgery and nutrition. She's also an internationally known speaker on the importance of vitamins and minerals for both pre- and post-operative bariatric surgery. It is with great excitement that we have her here today to talk with you about the new and revolutionary nutrient transport system from Tesseract. Dr. Furtado, the floor is all yours.
Thank you so much, Doreen. It's a pleasure and honor to be here. And I was introduced to Tesseract Medical Research last year, and I just fell in love with the company's superior quality. And I really do believe that its nutraceuticals can provide nutrition as medicine and can help many different disease states, and also just to help with wellness overall. So, and thank you for the honor of speaking today. I really appreciate everyone listening out there. I understand we have a number of healthcare professionals primarily, so I will speak at that level, and I welcome questions afterwards. So first, I'm going to outline what I'll be discussing today in the order. So first, I'm going to talk about Tesseract's proprietary nutrient delivery technology. I'm going to talk about maximum absorption and how that's done, and how through Tesseract Medical Research Science, and how Tesseract has been able to make intolerable ingredients palatable, as well as the microdosing, which I believe is very, very important. And then talk about evolving nutrition partnership after that. So Tesseract's scientifically advanced portfolio is based on a generation advancement in drug and nutrient delivery technology. And so I'm going to talk about part of this portfolio today and actually select some of the supplements here and talk about their superior maximal absorption and also their efficacy. So next slide, please. So Tesseract's powerful technology benefit is, first of all, I'd like to talk about the maximum absorption. So each nutrient molecule, as you can see in this cartoon, is isolated individually, creating these nano-sized particles that are more soluble and easily utilized at the intracellular level for maximal absorption. Next slide, please. So Tesseract Silock technology encases each molecule of nutrients for protection as it moves through challenging gastric gateways. So typically with some of the other supplements out there, they're degraded actually in the stomach and they don't get to the small intestine, for example, where they need to be absorbed. But with Tesseract Silock technology, it actually is absorbed where it needs to go. And so it doesn't, the acid does not degrade it. So the DexKey technology that Tesseract uses accompanies each molecule, and through an enzymatic reaction, it breaks the dextrin fiber cage at the desired release point within the GI tract, allowing for maximal absorption. So on the next slide, we've highlighted some of Tesseract's very efficacious products. So we have glutathione, quercetin, and curcumin are now highly efficacious and affecting positive therapeutic outcomes. So with the Safe Cell with glutathione, Tesseract utilizes S-acetylglutathione for maximal absorption. With Quercesorb SR sustained release, bioactive quercetin is utilized for maximal absorption. And then in tetracumin, tetrahydrocurcumin, which is the advanced curcumin metabolite, is utilized for maximal absorption. So I want to highlight a study here. It's a small study done in 2021 looking at glutathione levels, and they were compared with the leading competitor supplement. So SafeCell was compared to the leading glutathione competitor supplement. And glutathione levels from all patients using SafeCell increased significantly, with one patient even doubling glutathione levels. No patient in the competitor group increased their glutathione levels at any point in the study, demonstrating the difficulty to absorb glutathione in oral form. And as you all may know, especially healthcare practitioners out there, glutathione endogenous production really decreases as we age. So someone actually in their 40s may have very small levels of glutathione. And then when you add to that someone who's elderly, and then even worse, someone who has health issues and or is hospitalized and is elderly, they have the lowest glutathione levels. So glutathione is not well absorbed typically, and it decreases as we age. So we can't depend on that endogenous production. So the researcher concluded that Tesseract's delivery system accounted for these material increases in glutathione levels in SafeCell study patients. Next slide, please. So talking about Tesseract's powerful technology benefit, the ability to make intolerable ingredients palatable. So I'll go through some examples. So Tesseract's remarkable nutrient delivery technology has elevated the therapeutic value of many botanicals and extracts that have been previously considered intolerable for patients. So when Silock technology encases each molecule of active ingredients in its own dextrin fiber delivery cage, it eliminates the issue of unpalatable taste and smell. So one of the examples, for example, Tesseract has transformed pure butyric acid from very foul smelling and unpalatable short chain fatty acid into a uniquely tolerable supplement via our Silock technology. So I don't know if any practitioners out there have had experience with pure butyric acid. You know, one of our team members said he had an experience where pure butyric acid was unleashed and the whole neighborhood had to shut down essentially because it was so toxic. So Tesseract has solved that issue. So levels of butyric acid are often much lower than normal in conditions such as ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, and autism. So restoring levels of butyric acid using probutyrate or AURX is a therapeutic approach often recommended by practitioners. So Tesseract's mucus clearance product, Usolve, is another product that utilizes multiple terpene oils, for example, like eucalyptus, pine, and peppermint, where scientists have struggled with the dosing, actually due to its pungent taste and smell. Tesseract's Silock technology has actually masked that stinging sharpness of those highly active ingredients with an unmatched therapeutic effect. So now in the next slide, we're highlighting some of these products so you can see what they look like. There's a Musolve SR that helps with thickened mucus clearance using those botanical extracts that are very efficacious. Probutyrate, purest natural butyric acid, helping individuals with IBS. And then individuals on the autism spectrum disorder, actually, we've had some amazing testimonials on AURX, which is a medical food for individuals on the autism spectrum. So next, I'd like to talk about a study done with probutyrate, which seemed to have some very positive results. It was actually evaluated patients with moderate to severe IBS, and patients saw a substantial decrease in their overall IBS scores from moderate to /severe to mild or controlled. And they achieved these results using only micro doses of active butyrate, which demonstrated the absorption power of Tesseract's nutrient transport system. So researchers noted the elimination of diarrhea, pain, and bloating that we often see with IBS. And C-reactive protein, which we know as practitioners is a marker for inflammation, decreased significantly, with one patient showing a decrease of 75% in C-reactive protein. So that was significant. So the author concluded that these outcomes were extremely impressive and completely unexpected. Now I'd like to delve into the microdosing. So Tesseract's DexKey technology uses an enzymatic reaction to release each molecule of active ingredient from its dextrin fiber cage within the desired points of the intestinal tract, creating unparalleled absorption. Tesseract's maximum absorption capabilities mean lower doses of active ingredients are needed to achieve a powerful and immediate physiological response. And this is really important. So the ability to microdose allows for multiple nutrients to be highly efficacious within a single capsule. And we know as practitioners how hard it is, and just in general, how for any of us perhaps to take multiple supplements or medications. So if you can limit the amount needed, it really helps with overall adherence. So Hepatosafe is one of Tesseract supplements that combine 4 different efficacious and natural ingredients to help meet the challenges of people who experience fatty liver. So I know Hepatosafe has glutathione, for example, and R-lipoic acid. Tesseract also designed Musol with 6 different botanicals and extracts all in one capsule to help better dissolve thickened or hardened mucus, often seen with patients struggling with asthma and COPD. And can you imagine taking 6 different supplements various times throughout the day? So the microdosing ability is really, really important. So Tesseract also launched Prostasorb, which contains 3 well-researched active ingredients to help relieve urinary symptoms resulting from BPH. So saw palmetto, and I know pumpkin seed extract and Pygeum africanum are the 3 used, very active ingredients used in Prostasorb. Going on to the next slide, please.
Mary, or Margaret, sorry,
yes.
Can I just pause for 1 minute? I have a
sure.
couple people waiting. I apologize.
No problem.
Let's get them in. Sorry about that, everybody.
No problem.
Now my controls seem to be not. I apologize, everybody. We're just having quite the technical time here. Goodness. Well, we are going to press on.
Okay. All right. No problem.
I cannot seem to bring the invite notes up. Okay, I apologize.
No problem. So, so in this slide, I'm just highlighting some of the supplements that I've just discussed. So Musol Sustained Release, or SR, which helps individuals with thickened mucus to actually clear the mucus, and it has 6 efficacious ingredients that the microdosing allows to be absorbed in 1 capsule. Hepatosafe with 4 efficacious ingredients that microdosing allows to be absorbed in 1 capsule for fatty liver, for example, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, as well as a Prostasorb, which helps individuals to manage symptoms of BPH that has the 3 active ingredients that I discussed. The next slide, please. So I have 2 more studies, this slide and 1 more slide on studies, and then I'm very happy to take questions. So in this slide, I'd like to talk about Musol data and 1 study looking at evaluating individuals with moderate to severe COPD who also experienced bronchitis and asthma. And they were complex patient cases who struggled with persistent cough, chronic mucus, and shortness of breath. So patients were given 3 capsules of Musol BID for 1 week. And they saw a decrease in their overall COPD scores from moderate/severe to mild or controlled, which was significant. And respiratory secretions decreased materially. So cough, shortness of breath, and mucus presence decreased clinically significantly. So the researcher concluded these outcomes were extraordinary for such complex respiratory cases and gave credit to Tesseract's remarkable nutrient absorption system for absorption of ingredients like eucalyptus and menthol contained in Musol for these outcomes. And the next slide, please. Great, thank you. So Prostasorb is showing very promising results. So here we have a relatively small study, but very, very promising, where 3 patients 65 and older took 3 capsules of Prostasorb BID for 1 week. So it was only over 1 week that we saw, we did this study, but it was pretty impressive. So each had exhibited long-term moderate to severe BPH per the IPSS score. So that's the score overall that looks at the International Prostate Symptom Score, the IPSS score, although I'm sure the healthcare practitioners are aware of that. So symptoms included difficulty urinating and nocturia, and prostatism, which all the healthcare practitioners know what that is, but in case you're not a healthcare practitioner, prostatism is a syndrome associated with outlet obstruction at the bladder neck that many times is attributed to BPH. So prostatism persisted despite previous pharma treatments, including Flomax, Cialis, and finasteride. So the results of just this 1 week on Prostasorb BID for 1 week in these 3 men showed that their IPSS score improved substantially to mild, from moderate to severe to mild, where all symptoms were entirely gone or improved within 1 week. And then one patient participated in a bladder scan, which revealed initial post-void residual from 700 mLs to under 100 mLs in 1 week. So we thought many times, as you know, as practitioners, someone could be on even prescription medications for BPH for 6 months and not achieve some of these results. So an N of 3 does not a huge study make, but this is very, very promising. So the conclusion was that natural ingredients like saw palmetto in Prostasorb, which have been mostly ineffective in some other supplements, have helped to alleviate BPH symptoms and work incredibly well, whereas perhaps in other competitors and other types of even prescription medication, they weren't able to have this level of efficacy. So on the last slide, just highlighting that this is the technology power of Tesseract, where active ingredients are absorbed at the cellular level with phenomenal efficiency. Tesseract has provided an enormous opportunity to respond to the most difficult cases in the medical industry with natural therapeutic solutions. So I know I speak a little bit quickly, maybe it's because I grew up in the Northeast, but I hope that was helpful, and I welcome questions and comments at this time. Thank you, Doreen, again, and thank you, Evolving Nutrition.
Okay, here we are. All right, so let's open it up to questions. Feel free to take yourself off of mute and ask a question. We'll be happy to answer them. Take your time. We're not in a rush, so I'll open up the floor now. We have one question from Josh. Oop, where'd it go?
I see that about, do we have plans to add the plant parts of that? Was that related to plants? Did I see that question correctly?
Do you have the plans to add the plant parts used to the label of your Prostasorb?
I'm not sure, I'm the medical science liaison, I'm not sure if perhaps some other members of the team who are present might have the answer to that, Paul or Cameron? I'm not sure. I will get back to you. I'm so sorry, Josh. I will get back to you as promptly as possible. We will get back to you with that answer. I apologize. I'm not certain at this time. That's a very good question, though. Thank you for the question. Any other questions?
Don't be shy. So if we don't have any questions, and if while I'm talking you do think of something, please don't go ahead and shout out. We will put this information, we'll email everybody with hopefully a copy of the video if that ended up working, and definitely a copy of the slides. And we will call on Dr. Furtado to answer any questions that you might have, and we will get those promptly back to you.
Thank you.
You can also go to the Evolving Nutrition website. We have information on the products there. And we will also work to post the PowerPoint presentation there as well, so you can access it from a couple different locations. And I'm not seeing any other questions pop up. So I want to thank you, Dr. Furtado, for your time. We very much appreciate it.
Thank you, Doreen, and thank you, Evolving Nutrition, and thank you for everyone listening out there. Really, really appreciate it. And we'll get back to you with the answers to any of your questions. And thank you again for listening, and thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, everyone have a great day, and we look forward to talking with you soon. Bye-bye.